A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Each shaykh has a coordinates on how to guide, like a degree, that they have very specific coordinates, very specific ability in which to guide people. And they went through training, they went through all their difficulties. Not the same as people who just inherit something, go in, pick up the jacket that you want, come sit down and start talking. That's different. The one whom had to go through the difficulty of training, the years of training, through all the levels of testing and purification until Allah certified, Prophet certified and the Ulul Amr certified. With that certification, their guidance has a coordinates for each person whom Allah inspire to come. And that's why it's important to release this information, that we are looking for all sinners. We are looking for all those whom coming against what Allah wanted and desired for them. Not the people who walk on water, but those whom are having a difficulty within this dunya. And tariqah is supposed to be an oasis for them. Tariqah is supposed to be a place in which they come to learn, to understand, to teach and learn noble characteristics. The most noble of them is loyalty, to be loyal to your belief, loyal to your practices, so that to achieve that reality and that dress. By bouncing around and listening to 500 different people and someone asking just by email that, can I go here to zikr, can I go there for zikr, can I sit with this one for zikr, can I listen to this talk for zikr. You can do whatever you want, but if you feel that you're connected with a particular shaykh, then you have to make sure that your loyalty is very firm with that shaykh, that your donation is towards that shaykh, your learning towards that shaykh, your studenthood, your development towards that shaykh, so that as much as you're putting into it, you're getting out of it 1,000 times more. Because you're committed, by your commitment you are trying to tie your hand to the hand, and by that commitment you feel within your heart that the nazar of the shaykh is upon me. And that I feel that faiz, I feel the emanation, I feel the knowledges, I'm being fed. Imam Ali said, if you come across one of these alims or awliya and he teach you just one letter, you owe your life to him. Just say ba, forget about the 10,000 realities of ba. If you're being fed, then it's only the nafs that want to click around and go around and have alternatives. Be careful in these days of confusion, that not to bounce around, not to go around. Internet making every shop available at your finger. As soon as you start clicking around and going around, you're going to have difficulty within your heart. And it doesn't matter how long you're in it, you could be 25 years into something and you want to now cover your bases and click everywhere, you'll get nowhere. The hard test is to sense you're going to be burned. Hard test is that there's a difficulty coming and your faith is to hold on like fire. Are you willing to walk through the fire? and through the difficulty? Not when things get difficult you pick up and run and go in different directions and hold on to 5 ropes instead of 1 rope. Means everything is based on loyalty, everything is based on holding firm. Because we said before in other talks, it's like you're on a rope and there's too many people on this rope. And Allah begin to wave it into the air and a wind comes and they're whipping this rope back and forth to see who's holding on. Hold tight, Allah described. Why hold tight? If it was so easy He would just say, put your finger on the rope and everybody will join in, put all our fingers. Allah is saying, hold tight, hold firm, don't separate. And another ayatul kareem, what did we have? Istaqamu fi tariqat. Keep your firmness on the path. And we define the path is your relationship with that shaykh. You don't have to worry about who's your daddy. Who's my shaykh? This shaykh, he's that shaykh, that one shaykh is my shaykh. The one that you're interacting every day with, who washes your laundry, who feeding you through those knowledges, who when you have a difficulty you reach out to him. That's your shaykh. That shaykh is responsible for you, to guide you, to teach you, to pray that you be protected. And through this difficulty, subhanAllah, not one person affected. So it means that Allah is rida and satisfied. Tomorrow, I don't know. Tariqah is not easy, tariqah is not social media. Social media will bring all the badness of character magnified by 1,000,000 and publicized to the whole world, Ya Latif. Whatever we did wrong in the past, it was hidden. Allah Ghafoor Rahim, nobody knows, it's hidden between the servant and creator is something forgiven. Social media, its design was to bring it out and put it in public, because who was behind the development of these softwares? They wanted to know about everybody's movement and life and actions and likes. They couldn't have made a better database on all of humanity than through these softwares. They know what you like, what you don't like. Every action insan does now is an open book. Where they click, everyone knows where they're clicking. Because as soon as you click and your friend, they're notified, you just like that, you just did this, you did that, you publicize every action. So times are becoming 1,000,000 times more difficult, much more dangerous. Based on that danger is then our salvation or destruction. It means this shield of loyalty, love and respect, it develops a bond that becomes an energy in which to repel every type of difficulty. You don't go off on your own and start doing your own thing. So Allah make little tribes everywhere, and every type of difficulty and test comes to that tribe, they have to circle. They circle around their belief, they circle around their practices, they keep busy with their practices as a ni'mat. So everything that the shaykh is asking for people to do, that be of service, do this, do that, do this, it keeps you grounded, keeps your attention on who you should be keeping your attention on. Without anything, you're just like drifting out into space. So they have a system, if you work it and you understand its adab and its understandings, it should work. Its energy and realities will blossom within the heart of insan. Email the shaykh and immediately you got his attention. He's hyper alert to everything. So alert that as you email he'll understand your intention and go through the email into your heart. Of what Allah gave is something unimaginable, and each to their darajat and what they can talk about from what their understanding is.
With your generous support, we have helped many of the needy around the world. You can make a difference right now by helping us support those who need it the most. Give now at nurmuhammad.com/donate. Secret Realities of Hajj features invaluable teachings and spiritual insight into the Islamic holy pilgrimage of Hajj. The author Shaykh Nurjan takes us from the historical references of holy prophets to the remarkable scientific explanations of the circumambulation. The beautiful illustrations aid in explaining the concepts, allowing the reader to fully comprehend its profound realities.
You take one step, Allah is coming 99 steps into you to grab you and to lock you. You took the step of humility to ask, to be guided, to be helped. Then they begin to teach you, now build this relationship in which you feel that this is a shaykh, this is my shaykh, this is where I'm going to learn, this is where I'm going to get my guidance, this is where I'm going to make the decisions. And don't worry about the questions being bad, we'll tell you that was a bad question. You're not shy, there's no shyness in religion. They'll tell you, maybe not the right choice of a question, you should ask this. And questioning and tariqah and the adab of questioning is Imam taught that question to gain knowledge, but don't question to challenge. It's not a question. When you challenge somebody you're trying to debate or fight them. And tariqah, Sufis, there's no fight, you just get banned. But to question is, I just need to understand this reality more, can it be explained more, this understanding? I'm having hard time understanding breathing, madad, the reality of madad, no problem. So alhamdulillah that Allah made us all to be in need. There's nobody perfect, we are seeking a path of perfection. And all those whom are imperfect, they should find their desire to come towards this ni'mat and this blessings of Allah. And distancing yourself from that blessings is an immense sadness that God has given this immense grace and that people feel distant and lonely and isolated from it. And that Prophet's rahmah and mercy is dressing upon those associations. Make one step and begin the nazar and that rahmah to begin to flow within the hearts of people, in which they feel the connection, they feel that the love for Sayyidina Muhammad is growing day by day, day by day. The tariq Islam, Sayyidina Muhammad came to take away ignorance. So means the reality of deen is to conquer ignorance and bring guidance. As soon as guidance begins to come into the heart, the teachings, the way comes into the heart, a light will begin to enter into the heart. The guidance, the religion, the teaching is a way in which to take the veils off, and a guide is essential because you can't see but he sees. That's why guides should be open-hearted, not the blind leading the blind. That you ask somebody blind a question, it's the blind leading the blind, and now the children and teenagers, that's all they do. They ask fellow crazy people, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do with this? What should I do with that? How should I do like that? How should I do like that? Why would you open yourself to ask all of those things? Most of your friends are crazier than you and you want them to give you guidance. Imagine then what type of garbage people are collecting. They sit, they think that's a good thing. I'll ask my friend, well, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? One, you've lowered yourself, showed yourself as weak, and put upon somebody else now the role of being a shaykh for you. You change your relationship, that's no longer a relationship of friendship, that's a relationship of somebody always wanting to see you and tell you what to do. So tariqah comes and teaches, don't ever do that. Don't ask anyone anything other than your shaykh, so that you don't give the perspective or the point of being weak, and that you don't want to have 15 opinions coming into your mind and becoming schizophrenic. Imagine schizophrenia is waswases. Some people have multiple personalities, like 5 different waswases at a time talking to them. Imagine if you made that into actual insans, 10 times worse, 1,000 times worse. That 5 people are continuously telling you all the time what to do, and each coordinates a different direction, until your mind just splits and says, I don't know, I become anxious, depressed and all sorts of sicknesses. Tariqah comes with the perfection of character, not what you have to ask. You pray to your Lord, you make salawats upon Sayyidina Muhammad, read Qur'an for your guidance, and if Allah inspire you to a guide, then ask the guide. What is my coordinates for my life? What should I do on a daily basis? And we said before, the guidance they give, you'll know your tariq by this guidance is this way and your opinion is that way. So your tariqah is what? It's just this distance on how to shift what you think into what they're teaching. When you're meeting the understanding of what the guide is teaching you, the coordinates that the guide is suggesting for you, and you've come to the taslim that, you know I don't know. And that if Allah inspiring within you the coordinates for me, because the real guides who ati'ullah, ati'-Rasul wa ulul amri minkum, they have a file on who you are. Like a doctor's clinic, now it's all electronic. You don't even have to old times the doctor had to have your actual file, he had to actually fax it to somebody else. Now it's all electronic. You go into the doctor, he's been dedicated to you from your insurance company, you walk in, he knows, hello, how are you? Just tell me your date of birth. Oh, these are all the medications you're on. He already has everything there. You think if Allah did that for dunya, He doesn't have that for akhirah? Your electronic file is already flowing. You merely make the connection, that file is downloaded, its guidance, its coordinates is already there. Every guidance they're giving is based on that file that's there to take you to that destination. And it's all based on the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, not based on the love of that person. We're not making an idol out of a person. He's merely like a life coach. He should play an invisible role in your life. That you ask a question, he gives an answer and guidance, suggestions to you, never a command. Nobody's capable of carrying any command. Gives a suggestion, think like this. And your whole life is to chew on that and think that in my heart I should be trying to accomplish maybe closer to that. I want to conquer the earth and he's telling me to conquer myself. Light comes in, this guidance comes into the heart. When the guidance comes, your eyes can see. You're not angry. What's there to be angry about? You know, people on the street, they're angry. Why? Because they don't see. If they could see that this is a time in which Allah said, this world is coming to an end and very holy people are coming, why are you on the street screaming then? You should be in your house? Wow! Subhanallah, Ya Rabbi, let me to see these magnificent souls that look like they're going to be arriving really soon. But when they're ignorant, they want to go and throw bricks and anger. Did you not understand last days where there would be no justice on earth and you're surprised that they're killing people? Because one man here, he can't breathe, they killed 600,000 people. None of them could breathe when they were dying either. And they went another place and killed another 1,000,000 people and they didn't breathe either. You don't see what time this is? You're just surprised it's here now. That's why meditation is not an entertainment but is a life-saving ability to meditate and contemplate so that you never make the wrong choice to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and all of a sudden find yourself in an immense grief and difficulty that you can't take yourself out of. InshaAllah Allah dress us, bless us and forgive us inshaAllah. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa basir Surat al-Fatiha.
As heavenly beings, we are on an eternal pursuit of angelic power. This book invites the seeker to attune to the guides of heavenly knowledge and discover the essential techniques we need to acquire to increase our positive energy within. In Pursuit of Angelic Power, available now on Amazon.com. Click the link now to subscribe.